Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. When I was a young boy, I studied martial arts, but not just any martial art. The fashionable ones at the time were karate and kung fu. They were full of flashy strikes and kicks. But no, I studied Judo, the Japanese art form. One of the things we learned in Judo was that if someone's coming at you, you could expend an awful lot of energy trying to stop them. Instead, in Judo, you use the energy of your opponent to their own detriment. In the simplest example, you might have someone coming at you at high speed, and if you stick out your foot and trip them, they're probably going to fall flat on their face. Or you could rotate them over your shoulders and flip them onto their back onto the ground, where you can easily pin them down. They're too big and heavy to pick up slowly, rotate them in the air above your head, and then place them down on the ground on their back. That would require you to use your energy, but if they're coming at you, it doesn't take much energy at all because you're using their energy. Many people I speak with are trying to push against the system. They're trying to expend energy against what's going on in the marketplace today. We're starting to see major defaults across many industries. We're seeing companies like J.Crew, JCPenney, maybe Hertz Rent-A-Car in the near future, Neiman Marcus, all either on the verge of bankruptcy protection or busy negotiating new terms. There are a lot of people trying to fight against the tide. They're resisting the tidal wave of energy that's coming at them. My advice is don't fight it. Now that doesn't mean you shouldn't fight to save your business. Absolutely you should. When I say don't fight it, what I mean is don't enter a state of denial. If the energy in the system is in the direction of an economic downturn, then lean into the downturn. And when I say don't fight it, what I really mean is align yourself to take advantage of the energy in the system, to use that otherwise destructive energy to your advantage. You literally want to perform a judo flip on your investments. Let's look at periods in history when the global economy went through recessions. Ray Dalio from Bridgewater Associates talks about the 4 things that happen in any recession. Number 1, there's a belt tightening, a drop in spending, what's sometimes called austerity. Number 2, there's a restructuring of debt. Number 3, there's a transfer of wealth. And number 4, there's money printing or debasing of the currency. And these 4 things happen in every single downturn. To put this in perspective, the downturn of 1981 added 6 million people to the unemployment ranks. The downturn that began in 2008 added 8 million unemployed to the numbers by 2010. It took a full 2 years for that to happen. The Wall Street Journal forecast in an article this week that we're going to see an unemployment rate rise in the United States to over 16%, and that in fact, over 30 million people as of today have filed for unemployment benefits. There's no question in my mind that we're entering an inflationary period, and the printing of money coupled with the acute supply chain disruptions are going to enable people to reallocate money from luxuries to bidding up the price for items that are scarce but needed. This will create simultaneously a surplus and price drops in some areas and acute shortages and price increases in others. All of this is like a 300-pound dude coming at you in an alley with a ton of negative energy, and you're not going to stand your ground and hope to be standing still at the end of it. The wave of corporate bankruptcies have yet to hit. There's still another 3 to 4 months before that pain hits, and there will be further job losses associated with it. The fact is, there are really only a few winning strategies in a deeply down market. You've got the choice of solving some real problems that are blocking the economy. Unless you own a 767 cargo aircraft or a fleet of trucks, you can have a hard time solving a logistics disruption. As real estate investors, we're on the right side of history. In every economic downturn, whether it was in the 1970s, the early 1980s, the year 2001, or post-2009 real estate, in fact, all real assets have turned out to be great places to invest in. You don't want to be the retail shopping mall owner hoping to get people to spend money on luxuries like on Christmas Eve. That would be trying to oppose the force of the economy that's currently going against you. The economy has changed, and it's going to take a long time before a new normal gets established. If you have typecast yourself as only, say, an office building investor, maybe look at other opportunities that are in greater demand in solving today's problems. The Fed has printed more than $2.26 trillion in the past 6 weeks and is on track to increase the national debt by more than $4 trillion. European Central Bank has committed another 2.2 trillion euros of bond purchases, and this is a story that's repeating itself around the world. All of this is going to be inflationary, and the question is, how do you want to be positioned? Maybe what's needed is the readiness to flip the thug on its back without trying to stop it. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.